Welcome everyone, I'm Bill Georgopoulos, the host of the AMFisH fishing vlog series. Shooting a little video today on how to spool up a spinning reel properly. I've just got a little light action here. It's a very handy tip. It'll help you prevent a lot of line twist. And line twist is horrible because you'll get your line, see if I can demonstrate a bit, but it'll just coil like crazy on your casts. So one of the best tips that I can probably give all of you out there is, again, here's a spinning reel. When you turn it, it's putting on the line this way. So it's actually spooling line on this way. What you do is, let me see if I get this, just grab my camera here for a second, shift it around. But here's a spool I have, just a braided line. So again, if my spool, the spool here, is actually spooling the line off and on. So if I'm actually reeling in and I've got a fish and I'm reeling in and my spinning reel, let me just do this here, take off some of this braid. If it's spooling line on like this when I'm reeling in, when you spool your reel, you're going to want to flip this over. So the line's coming off the other direction. Again, let me just demonstrate that. So if my reel, as I'm reeling in, is pulling line in and it's spinning it clockwise, you're going to want to set, this is how you set your spool of line on the ground when you're actually spooling up a spinning reel. So if your reel is spooling line on this way, you're going to want your line to spool off the other direction. So you're going to want your line coming off this way. Let me show you that one more time. I don't know how much I'm getting on this on camera because it is really bright out here, but here's the braid, your spool and your reel. So your reel does this and it's spooling it on that way. You're going to want to flip this so it's coming off the other direction. That's going to help you prevent a lot of line twist on your cast and on your actual reel itself. It's a very simple little tip. You're just going to make sure the line's coming off the actual spool in the opposite direction than the reel is actually pulling it on. So again, if the reel is putting the line on in this direction, your spool of line, you're going to want it coming off the actual spool, this spool, the other direction. It will help eliminate a lot of that line twist. Maybe not all of it, but a huge percentage of it's just going to be gone just by following that simple little tip. Don't want to over spool them as well. You're going to probably just want to get it as leveled here as possible. I've lost a little line on this because I had to re-spool, so I got to get this one done again when I get home. But you're not going to want it sticking out of this spool area. You're just going to want it to be somewhat flush in there, not over spooled at all, because it'll cause you some other issues. It's a simple little tip, guys. I'll share one other tip as well. If you do end up with a lot of line twist, simple little way to get rid of it is just cut off your bait. So I just have a little set up here. I would cut it off right here, just cut the normal line, let the boat drift, or start the boat and actually move down the water a little bit and let out a bunch of line just behind the boat. As that line's twisting and turning on top of the water and against the water resistance, it's going to actually take out a lot of those twists and turns in your line. So when you spool it right back up nice and tight, your next several casts after that, you're going to have very minimal line twist on that spool and the reel itself. So I hope you found this video helpful. Like I said, I did this the wrong way when I was younger many times, and it took me a few years to figure everything out and see how I could eliminate some of the line twist and some of the issues I was having. So thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.